Good morning, everybody, and welcome. I'm Kent Ewing, the middle son of Margaret Ewing, and frankly, I'm used to playing a bigger audience than this, but I'll give it my best. Thanks for coming. All right, June 7th, 1924 to August 27th, 2021. That's a really long life. 97 full years. That alone, I think, is a major achievement. But there was so much more to my mother's life, which I'd like to highlight in the 5 minutes I've been allotted to do this. Let's start at the end, though. Those final few months, which were full of beauty and horror. What do you want to hear first? Horror? Okay. That's what I'd like to do. I like to end on a note of beauty. The horror involved the care she received, which my family got not just a glimpse of, a long gaze of how old people, and I know this is a generalization, but I think it's true, especially those with diminished faculties, are treated in the United States of America, and it's a disgrace. She was neglected. I'm not going to name names, but I was here last summer and she was neglected at her care center. Craig and I and Bart and Cindy visited her there. And quite frequently we would go in and she'd be lying in bed fast asleep, her food on a table still covered in plastic. That's when we changed our visiting hours and started coming at lunch so we could feed her. She later had a fall, even though she couldn't walk, and wound up on a surgeon's table in a hospital where 2 unnecessary procedures were performed, which no doubt shortened her life. That's the horror. And she's not alone. I think any of you who have elderly parents who have wound up in such care may have similar stories to tell, and I just wanted to get that out. But the beauty! She brought us together, guys. In the end, we are a family that is divided, let's admit it, geographically, temperamentally, ideologically, and in just about every other way. And in the end, as in our childhood, my mother brought us together. She brought us together in WhatsApp chats. Remember that, the video chats? She didn't know what was going on, but we did, and that was what counted. And look what she did today. It's not often that this family gets together in this fashion because we are so spread out and divided. And last night was a very special night that I spent with my 3 siblings. 4 hours in a restaurant, by the way, a very expensive restaurant paid for by my mom. 4 hours together, that just hasn't happened in memory. And it was great. I hope that my sister and my 2 brothers and their spouses enjoyed it as much as I did. I had a lot of fun. And it was great to be back together again. Now, my mom, over the course of her lifetime, did a lot of charitable work and also showed a tremendous commitment to the arts that was the avenue, really, for her children to get interested in the arts. She inspired people. Bart was an actor, right? I got into forensics. This is what my mom passed along to us. She was committed for decades, I can't even remember how long, to the Young Matrons Children's Theater. She acted in countless plays, she directed countless plays, she enjoyed it, and that joy of the theater was certainly transferred to her children. My mom was the one who got us where we needed to go when we were kids. My dad, this is another eulogy, he passed away 2 years ago. But he was, like many dads of his generation, pretty much a workaholic. And my mom was the one who took us to the athletic events, to the theater, to the Redskin Rebel shows in Southwest High School. She was the one who got us there and made it happen. And we are thankful for that. She also made many charitable contributions to other organizations. The chief of which in her later years was the Satan Center. She was there every weekend, passing out free food to those in need. And it was appreciated. They loved her, and she loved them. And I think there's a donation box for Satan's Center outside the chapel today, if you would like to donate to that cause that she was so dedicated to. She also, frankly, in her later years, she converted to Catholicism and chose this church as her place of worship. And she was here for Mass until she was no longer physically capable every Sunday. And then after that, she took communion at home when it was possible to deliver it. She was a devout Catholic and committed to this church and this parish for many years. Again, no, I think her biggest contribution to her family was to keep us together as children, and then, after many years, to bring us all back together as adults. In WhatsApp, at Eddie V's, thank you, Eric, for your professionalism as our waiter. Hope you liked your tip. Is it not? Okay. And here we are again. Now, my hope is, and I'm sure it's hers, is that this isn't the end for her immediate family. We don't go back to our habits of division, our apartness, which we've learned to live with. And I think we have seen over the last few months, and especially last night, that we're better together. I mean, not all the time, but certainly sometimes, and certainly in spirit. And I know that's what my mom would want, and she would be very pleased that that happened as a result of her passing. So, thank you, Mom, for bringing us together, both then and now. God bless you.